Welcome. Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. So nice to see you or be with you today. Hope you're seeing me. I want to tell you today about something that is just, to me, a little humorous. I had been doing a lot of speaking for companies and that sort of thing, hotels mainly, and of course I've always done church banquets and this and that, and Brother Anthony Mangan called me and he said, OC, we need you to come to Alexandria. He said, I have been pushing the people so hard. And we have been doing this and doing that and doing the other. And said, I want you to come. And he said, on Wednesday night, and we don't want to do anything but laugh. We want you to come and just tell us what you do and tell us, make us laugh. So, well, that's the church I started preaching from. And Bishop Mangan was my pastor. I had nothing but awe and respect still do for the church. It's been quite an inspiration for a lot of people for a long, long time. And so I accepted it, and I have to be honest with you. I was excited somewhat, and a little apprehensive also. And so I got there, and here was this church that is so used to weeping between the porch and the altar and worshiping and singing and praising God. I looked, and there was Sister Mangan on the front row. Maybe it was the second. I think it was right on the front. And she had a young lady beside her. One look at the young lady made me know that Sister Mangan, that was her next one to win to the Lord. And of course, she looked like what we used to call a woman of the world. She was wearing a dress that was pretty high. It looked like she'd waded high water all the way there. And, well, here I was to do humor. Kind of nervous as a termite and a yo-yo in a way about it because of the setting. POA, the Pentecostals of Alexandria. I had preached there before and several times and felt good. Felt like that I did okay. And fact is, I remember one time preaching and Bonnie Erickson, the secretary of the church's wife, was not able to come, and they had the sound piped over to her house, and she'd getting a blessing while I was preaching and things like that. So I was used to that and preaching elsewhere. Well, I got up. He introduced me in the proper way, got up. He let him know it would be just humor. But the whole concept of what Brother Anthony was trying to do, I think never quite got there. Never quite got into the congregation just right. And so I started off by telling them about when I was invited to go to the Rice Hotel in Houston. And it was $100 plate dinner. And I felt like it was really something to be asked to go do that. And that morning while I was getting ready to go, I asked my wife, I said, how many good speakers do you think there are? She said, one less than what you're thinking, I'm sure. I got the message. And so anyway, I got to telling them about getting to the Rice Hotel and about all the chandeliers, the carpet, the long table, dignitaries sitting at the table, and here I was, special speaker. Well, the man come up, the server, he came up with a tuxedo and one of those, he's wearing a tuxedo-like suit and had one of those claw hammer coattails. And I said, sir, could I have another butter? He said, he stood to attention almost and said, we only issue one butter. I said, but sir, this is $100 plate dinner. I'm the special speaker. He looked at me and said, maybe you don't know who I am. I said, no, you have me at a disadvantage. Who are you? He said, I'm the man in charge of the butter. Well, 2 or 3 laughed out there in the congregation. I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're not getting it. I guess the reason that I thought they should, because others through the country had laughed about it. And I went on and I told them about when I was still living at Heinzton, and I run a little ad in the little old paper, said, let me make you laugh. Well, they were having down at Elizabeth, Louisiana, they were having at the plant paper mill. Way you'd know it's going to rain is 25 miles. The way you'd know it's going to rain is if you smelt the paper mill. And so they were having trouble down there, a labor dispute of some kind, and then somebody came up with the idea, if we could just laugh. Why don't we get someone, and they saw that little ad, let me make you laugh. And they called me and asked me would I come, and I said I'll be happy to come. Well, I got to Glenmore somewhere there and stopped to get gas, and when I put my car in gear, the transmission was out. And I was panicked, and I said, I have just got to get to Elizabeth. This is my break. This is my first. And so I said to somebody, how in the world can I get to Elizabeth, and they said, see that bus right there? I said, yes, sir. You get on that bus and it'll take you right there. It'll be leaving out just a little bit. Well, there was 2 or 3 buses, and I didn't know which one he pointed to for sure. I thought I knew. And I got on a bus that was taking a group back to a mental institution. There in Pineville, taking them back to a mental institution. And here I was sitting on the front seat. And the driver came and leaned back on the dash and started counting. He said, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he got to me and he said, who are you? I said, sir, let me tell you, I'm a man that makes people laugh. And down at Elizabeth, they're having a lot of trouble. And they want me to come down there and make them laugh. They feel like that will help ease the problems. He said, 5, 6, 7. He just kept counting. Well, anyway, I got through with my little session at POA. Now, this is before Bunch and Breeze. Bunch and Breeze got people to laugh in there. And but until then, it had been 100% church. It's still 98, but they got a room. And so I was through, and they didn't understand because I hadn't started a prayer chain. I didn't kick off a Daniel's fast and so forth. And so I got through, and it didn't go like it should. I got a few laughs. It just wasn't hot. It wasn't a hot meeting. And I got a lot of kinfolks in that church. And so they wouldn't let me off 1 minute. And they didn't understand humor was a joke, and you put it in the first person a lot of times. And so Keith Marler, my double first cousin, said, "O.C., I don't remember that happening down at Elizabeth." I said, "No, Keith, the reason you didn't remember it, because it never happened." I was thinking, getting folks to laugh here never happened either. Bunch and Breeze, why didn't you come just a little bit earlier and get folks kind of, why couldn't you have been there to, what do the musicians call it, when they kick off the thing for you, get things warmed up a little? Oh, well, I just thought it might be good to tell y'all about that this morning. God bless you.